Good evening. In a hard-hitting report released today, Kent County Council has called on the government to urgently resolve outstanding issues in preparing the county for post-Brexit trade.
It lists several significant concerns about the county's readiness for the end of the Brexit transition period in just 71 days. The council leader says ministers need to act to prevent chaotic delays because Kent is the freight gateway to Europe.
Kit Bradshaw is live for us near Ashford. Kit, the government really hoped this row wouldn't go public.
I'm sure they would have rather it hadn't. It's not every day that you get a Tory council criticising a Tory government, albeit in very polite and diplomatic language. And that's perhaps a sense of the growing concern among councillors here in Kent of the outstanding issues still to resolve as that 1st of January deadline hurtles towards us now. Not least how the 5 new customs posts, or inland border facilities in the jargon, will work. One of them's here behind me in Ashford, just off junction 10A of the M20. When it's finished, it'll be capable of holding 1,700 lorries if needed. I've spent the day speaking to local politicians about their concerns for how prepared the county is, and the businesses hurrying to make sure they're ready to comply with the new rules. Hundreds of tins of dog food fresh off the ferry from France and bound for British supermarket shelves. This Sittingbourne-based haulier has been shipping goods to and from the continent for more than 50 years. They now transport more than 1,000 lorry loads across the border each month. But in 10 weeks' time, when the Brexit transition period ends, they'll have some new important cargo on board. Additional customs paperwork.
We have concerns that with the customs clearance facility there will be congestion, and possibly from other hauliers are not so prepared as ourselves, and we expect there will be some congestion, but we need free-flowing access to drop and pick up our trailers.
It's feared as many as half of the trucks trying to leave the UK via Kent come the 1st of January won't have the right documentation. And today, Kent County Council is warning ministers in Whitehall that urgent government action is needed to resolve outstanding issues. A report sets out a raft of problems that need fixing, including the fact that officials still need accurate traffic modelling from the Department for Transport for key parts of the county's road network. They also want assurances that the online portal for HGV drivers will be ready in time. Also outstanding are detailed operational plans for the 5 inland border sites, and the County Council is yet to see a government plan for dealing with levels of freight away from Kent.
Above all, we want clarity on ensuring what happens if we do really fill up. So there is capacity to manage some 7,000 lorries at different sites across Kent if that's needed. I think a key question is what happens if we get beyond that. We hope we don't, but if we do, to ensure that there is all the work done necessarily to hold vehicles further up in the country.
One key aspect of the new regime is a new website known as the Check an HGV service, which will allow lorry drivers to get out their phones before they head to Kent ports to make sure they've got all the right documentation. But at the moment, only a demo site is available.
The government has had a particularly bad record on app development this year already with the track and trace system. So the fact they're not even testing this new app on the border is particularly concerning with only a few months to go.
Time is running out.
This new government TV ad is warning businesses the clock is ticking. But politicians here in Kent are also reminding Westminster that it still has work to do in the next few weeks if gridlock is to be avoided in the Garden of England.
So Kit, what has the government had to say about this?
Well, there are so many government departments involved, Andrew, that it's hard sometimes to know who to ask, but I have heard back from a spokesperson for the Department for Transport, and in a statement they said Kent County Council's report updates councillors on the extensive preparations that have been made for the end of the transition period by both national and local government. They go on to say, we continue to work with the Kent Resilience Forum on outstanding issues, including finalising a compliance and enforcement plan and delivering communications to hauliers about border readiness. Now, we found out a bit more about the compliance side today. Ministers in Westminster confirmed that any HGV entering Kent without a Kent access permit next year will be able to be fined £300. So more details emerging all the time about how things will work. It's still a building site here behind me at this site, and both local and national government want things to run smoothly, but if it doesn't, we got a sense today of where some may apportion blame.
Kit Bradshaw, thank you.